Welcome back to the OnlyAccies YouTube channel. Our last video was a January transfer update where we gave you all the rumours circulating Hamilton Accies, and there have been some developments, and so I'm going to run you through all those today. Starting off with a player we have signed. Now, in the last video, I gave no rumours pretty much about any players coming in other than Luke Southwood returning from Reading, but we will talk about that later. But we have in fact made a signing, and that's Andy Dales, who's joined us on loan from Scunthorpe. Andy Dales was signed for Scunthorpe in 2018 and has only ever scored one professional goal, and that was for Scunthorpe. He was then sent out on loan to Dundee, where he made 10 appearances in the season. He got relegated by us at Dens Park, but he never really seemed to make an impact there. Dundee fans weren't too kind with their words, saying he never really offered anything. However, Brian Rice obviously sees something in him. He says that he watched him plenty of times at Dundee and he was impressed by his directness and his pace in the game, and that's apparently what he's looking to add to our play. But the question is, do we need a winger? Now, according to Alan Maitland, Brian Rice really wanted a winger in the January transfer window, and obviously he's waiting to get his man, but the question is, do we actually need him? Now, I think there have been some changes made to their wish list since obviously losing Sam Stubbs, who's been recalled by Middlesbrough, which came as a huge surprise for everybody. Luke Southwood's been recalled to Reading. However, the hope is that we get him back, and again, I will talk about that later. Let's hope that he brings in some defensive signings and possibly a midfielder as well. Now, speaking of Luke Southwood, it seems as if he is on his way back. According to Alan Maitland, they are 99% sure he will be returning. However, we've still to see that come to fruition. According to the club, they are in constant contact with Reading about this situation. Luke Southwood, as I said in my previous video, is keen to return, and it seems that both clubs are keen to get him back out on loan to get some experience. He was on the bench for Reading's cup game last week, and it seems as if the rumour is he's going to start the next game for Reading and go. He's going to be their number one that day. So let's hope that doesn't have an impact on him coming back to us, but by the sounds of it, the club are sure he will be returning. Now, on the way out seems to be club captain Daz MacKinnon, who has been a solid rock in our midfield for the last few years. However, this season, he seems to be really behind the pace. He didn't have a great pre-season, and he hasn't been in Brian Rice's plans pretty much all season so far, and it looks as if he is going out on loan to Partick Thistle. Now, the rumour a few days ago was that he was in talks with Morton, who wanted to get him in, but the sounds of it on a permanent deal, but that had been turned down, and it looks as if Partick Thistle are now favourites to get him on loan till the end of the season. And in my opinion, that's the best option for him. He gets to go out and hopefully play the first team football he will in the Championship level, where at this stage in his career and where he is physically, I think that's probably the best for him. Hopefully he gets that first team experience there, but it does mean that he can remain at Accies as an under-18s coach, which is his current position. Now, I said at the start of the season that I assume Danny McKinnon is going to retire at the end of this season and then join us as a full-time coach along with Dougie Imrie, which at this stage is probably the best thing that can happen. He's going out on loan to get that first team experience again, to get back up to playing, happy with that, then he'll retire and rejoin us. There have been a few youngsters leaving Accies again. George Stanger has now joined Forfar on loan after leaving EK. Now, according to George Cairns, he was starting pretty regularly for EK as a right back, but they wanted to test him at a higher level of football, and so they recalled him and then immediately loaned him back out to Forfar. So hopefully he'll be getting in and about their squad and get some experience playing at a higher level of football to test him. He did play one game for Accies this season. That was the Motherwell defeat at home. He was our right back after Aaron McGowan was out injured. Didn't make a great account of himself there, but it was his first game for Hamilton Accies, and it was against Motherwell, our rivals, who at this stage are a better team than us, even though we beat them 2-1. Remember that. However, I think this move is probably smart for him. He gets to test himself at a higher level of football, but also remains hopefully a first choice player. Now, I do actually have a very exciting announcement. I asked on Facebook and Twitter a while ago if I could interview a former Hamilton player, who would you guys like to hear from, and it was pretty unanimous. A lot of people voted for Paul McDonald, a former Hamilton player who's played over 250 times for us. He's also played for Southampton, Burnley and Brighton, and he's now head of youth development at Kilmarnock. In the next 2 weeks, I'll be sitting down with Paul McDonald for a proper interview, talk to him all about his career at Hamilton down south and his current coaching career at Kilmarnock. Hopefully it'll make for a good interview, and I will get it up on this channel as soon as I can. I'm going to be talking to him all about his career at Hamilton Accies, the trips down south to Southampton, Burnley and Brighton, and of course his current coaching role at Kilmarnock as head of youth development. I'm sure it'll be really interesting. A huge thanks to Paul McDonald for agreeing to do this. You fans voted for him. If you wanted to see me interview anybody else, leave them in the comments or contact us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If there are any more updates in the January transfer window, you guys will be the first to hear about it, either on here or on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, all of which are linked in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon.